Today, I'll be giving my first impressions on Genshin Impact, as I did play it 5 hours today on stream, and I do actually plan on playing it over the course of the next couple of weeks to give it an actual try. But today I wanted to talk about my first impressions, so let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing that caught my eye when starting the game was the world early on. I was able to climb up pretty high during the tutorial and was able to see the openness of the world and was impressed by how everything looked. I don't necessarily know if they had some sort of like graphic enhancement or something since the time that I played it when it originally first came out. I only played about 10-15 minutes when it first came out, so it could definitely be the fact that I didn't play it enough. As I made my way past Small Sad Timmy, I felt that the town was very well built and promoted the feeling of climbing way high up. I just felt that there was a lot of areas where you could actually go and kind of like get a glimpse of everything else. It always feels like the game at this point anyway is just promoting you to start climbing things and exploring things very early on, even if it's just the town. The music in the background was actually something that added to the feeling of adventure and set the mood for the different areas we were in. So whenever I'd be like in a dungeon, it felt like I was kind of like in there in the middle of a battle. Whenever I was kind of having this vibe going through town, it definitely felt that way as well. So honestly, I felt like the music was very well done and added to like kind of the overall atmosphere that the game had to bring. Moving on to the story, it was well balanced and well paced. I think that it made a lot of sense as we went through. And so far, the characters were likable. Besides Paimon, she seems to be a little bit less annoying than I remember, but still kind of in your ear nonetheless. It didn't handhold much, and early on, it let you explore different areas as you went from mission to mission. I felt as soon as you kind of got off into going to like the first dungeon little area, you were able to kind of branch off. You're able to kind of do whatever you wanted, and I felt that that was really nice. Being able to get some free units early on was also nice, as they introduced everybody that joined your team. You got a little bit of a tutorial how to play them, and I can tell that the story picks up from just the 5 hours that I played. Wanted to mention exploring on its own, as I felt this is a main draw for myself to play Genshin. Having the choice to go other places early was great, as I have a short attention span. I was easily distracted and went off the mission path a ton before getting myself together to finish the mission. I always felt like there was something else to kind of look at, whether it was like a group of mobs, a different chest, a different little puzzle to do. It always felt like there was something kind of lingering around, something to follow, something to catch. And honestly, I really enjoy that. This alone made me excited to see new areas, explore different mobs, and try out new puzzles along the way. Quick note on the puzzles, I personally like the way Genshin designed them, as they are fun, and I think that it's kind of a cool way to get different chests and kind of explore different areas. Next, I'll discuss the gacha elements of the game. It did take about 4 hours to get my first 10 pull, as you do have to be adventurer rank 10 to get them. I did 20 pulls during the actual stream itself and got 2 different 4 stars off the beginner banner, Noelle, which I think is actually guaranteed, and then Succaros, hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. But I honestly felt that they were an upgrade to my squad, so I can't really complain about the rarity as of yet. And at this point, I don't feel as though the lower rarities are really slowing down my story progress. Now, I can't really say as far as like in game and how that's going to kind of translate, feeling the need for 5 stars and stuff like that. But at this point, I don't necessarily think that I'm really kind of hindered by just having 4-star units. I was able to try 2 of the current rate up 5 stars. Now, I think their banner actually leaves in like 4 or 5 hours, but I did really like both of them. I like the fact that you're able to kind of try them before you buy them, basically. And it's really kind of a cool way to transition into like, okay, I could actually see myself using this character, or this character be kind of useful, because you actually can use them on like a full squad and you kind of go through some different things, and it's just really fun. I personally like the archer and the way that he kind of felt. I like his gimmick and the way that he was able to do like kind of multiple shots and AoE and stuff like that. I really felt like he was a really good character. I can see why people might want to pull for him. I do want to note, before I started Genshin, I knew that the rates were a little bit on the lower side, but I kind of decided to play it for the story alone. That might change as we kind of progress, and as I start seeing newer characters and stuff like that, I might feel a little bit more inclined to get those characters. But as of right now, the story alone is kind of like the driving force and exploration, as well of why I want to play Genshin itself. Overall, I enjoyed the last 5 hours that I was able to play, and I'm actually pretty excited to do the next string and play it again. I do think that that may change as we kind of go through harder content, in-game content, but as of right now, I'm pretty happy with my time at Genshin, and I think the story is just going to be kind of a fun experience, and the overall world's really fun to explore. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, guys. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Peace.